Thanks to Dr. German's work, I can say now with absolute certainty that money laundering, criminal money laundering, is taking place in BC's casinos, and it has to stop. It's a serious crime with serious consequences for the people in British Columbia. Thanks to Dr. Peter German's work, I can tell you that it is tied to the opioid crisis, that it's taken thousands of people from their families. It's linked to the real estate market and housing prices that have made life unaffordable for British Columbians. Dr. German identifies that nobody said no. Nobody said, do not accept this money unless you know where it came from.
Unfortunately, for many years, Lower Mainland casinos unwittingly served as laundromats for the proceeds of organized crime. This represented a collective system failure which brought the gaming industry into disrepute in the eyes of many British Columbians. The problem was known as far back as the minister has pointed out as 2011. In that year, a report commissioned by the provincial government clearly stated that money laundering was occurring in casinos. In 2012, the head of investigations for the provincial regulator asked the question, who has $200,000 in $20 bills wrapped in elastic bands in $10,000 bundles? So, who was doing this? Essentially, domestic and international organized crime through intermediaries was both loaning money to high rollers and hiring its own smurfs to gamble. What did they do? The gamblers, some of whom were dupes, turned small denomination bills into a more usable denomination or instrument. When did this occur? Loan sharking has been part of BC's casino industry since early days, but the high-end money laundering gained in intensity after 2010. Where did this occur? We know that the epicenter of activity was at the River Rock Casino Resort in Richmond, but no large casino was untouched. How much money was laundered? We can only guess at the true amount. Our best indicator is the thousands of suspicious currency transactional reports filed by casino operators through the years. The total well exceeds $100 million. Why did this occur? Because it could. What has been characterized as a Vancouver model refers to money which leaves Asia through underground networks being married up with hard cash in Canada, which is the proceeds of organized crime, primarily drug trafficking. We know that the same people who arranged for money to be laundered in casinos were buying real estate and were advising others on how to conduct real estate transactions. We know that real estate was being used for large illegal gaming houses. Real estate is often described as a modern driver of the British Columbia economy. As the minister has indicated, examining the impact of homegrown and international organized crime on our real estate industry is of considerable importance. We know that organized crime is flexible and has already been giving casinos wide berth due to the scrutiny in recent months and years. What we don't know is where it went. What vehicle is currently being used to launder drug cash in Greater Vancouver? That is why I highlighted in my third interim recommendation that the province lobby the federal government for amendments to the money laundering legislation in order to cover commodities or businesses that we know are of interest to organized crime but are currently not subject to reporting legislation. The 48 recommendations are comprehensive and will usher in sweeping reforms to the casino industry. Although my work centered on the Lower Mainland, the recommendations will inevitably impact the entire casino industry within BC. Among the changes are a move to a standards-based industry, establishing the regulator as an independent Crown corporation, creating a specialized gaming police force, moving responsibility for reporting suspicious transactions and anti-money laundering compliance to the casino operators, and moving regulatory oversight of anti-money laundering to the gaming regulator.